You're sitting in jail. You can't get bond. And this whole time, Alex Spiro is your lawyer, who is also Jay-Z's lawyer.
Yeah, he's my lawyer.
Right. I heard you dropped a bag on him.
120,000. I don't know why my mama gave him 120,000. Was it 120,000 for 7 years in prison? I wouldn't. I don't think you want.
Y'all gotta let me know if y'all feel like, was it worth it? In my opinion, I think it was worth it. You know, moms, I mean, it depends on what kind of moms you got. Most of, you know, those certain type of moms is gonna do whatever it takes to make sure their kids is all right. So of course, if moms was able to give it to the lawyer, she wasn't gonna hesitate to do it. And I think 7 years was a good outcome for Bobby. Especially, I think he really gained the 7 years because he chose to take some of the time for Rowdy Rebel, if I'm not mistaken. But y'all can correct me in the comments.
Talk about it. I was wild on that. I'm telling you, playing outside, I doesn't recommend nobody to go there. Free Tory.
Well, the trial is going to start soon.
Tory?
No, your trial.
Oh.
We're back here. So
okay.
You're sitting here in jail, can't get bond, your trial's starting soon. You're facing more than 50 years at the time.
If I blow?
Yeah, if you blow trial. Now, you get a plea deal, but there's a catch because it's called a global plea. Right?
Awesome. I ain't never heard of it. Why they didn't do that with Chapo? They don't do that with Big Meech. Why they say, oh, you take 30, all right, break it down, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Why they do that?
Okay. A global plea means that all the co-defendants have to take the offer. And if one person decides not to take the offer, nobody gets an offer.
Quano didn't take the offer.
Well, no, we'll talk about that in a second. But at the time, everyone had to take offers.
Yeah.
Or else no offers are going out and everyone has to go to trial.
Yeah.
So, you get a 7-year deal. Rowdy Rebel gets a 7-year deal. Montana Flea gets a 7-year deal. Monty, sorry. But when it gets to Quano, and he's offered a 15-year deal, he doesn't want to take it.
He ain't take it.
How freaked out were you at that moment? Because what they were saying is that if Quano doesn't take that deal at that time, you guys don't get deals either.
So I had to tell everybody that we was taking the deal because I was telling them motherfuckers, let's go to trial. I was running fiend to go to trial. I looked at all my evidence. I said, nigga, let's go. I'm suing not everybody. I start talking too much too early. You know, that's the thing with me. I be talking too early. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, yo, son. They say, oh, yeah? I say, oh, yeah? So they come back with Rowdy. They like, yo, they got this and that on Rowdy. This so bunch of some stupid. They like, yo, if he blow, he this, and the third. So I'm like, fuck. Stupid motherfucker. All right, cool. So we got to take 7 years. I told the bros we take the 7 years. Quano like, yo, bro, I need 10. Quano like, I take 10 right now. I ain't gonna no 15. Yeah, Quano Black. Yo, Black, Quano said I ain't 15. Then Quano, they end up letting Quano go to trial.
Well, yeah, so your lawyer's a
You know, one of the most honorable things that I gather from that is that at least the dude was willing to just not take the deal. I understand that it's a big difference. One person's facing 15 years, other people are facing 7 or offered 7 and you're offered 15. So I can see you know, your viewing point is a lot different, right? That's like double than what they are offered, right? But what I feel like is honorable is that he's just willing to blow trial and take it to trial. Because he could have been in there rolling over. He could have became a snitch, informant. He could have did all kind of things to try to get himself from up under that 15 piece. So to me, for him, the only thing that he just was trying to do is not take the deal and still take it to trial. I give him some credit for that. But let's continue. Hopefully he didn't do nothing wrong in the future.
coach. And at the very end, the judge allows Quano to separate from your deal.
Nah, from the beginning.
Oh, it was from the beginning?
Yeah, once Quano say he ain't taking that, they said, all right, cool, we just trying by himself. And
Oh, okay. So that was good. That worked out for him.
they let us go.
Okay, so you guys got the global plea deal without
They just wanted us to take they just wanted me to do time.
Right. So this is the crazy part.
I heard like out the judge's mouth, like the judges told me, like, yo, you would come back. He told all of us while we was in court, like, wow, our parents is there, people's there. He didn't even give a f. The judge Clyde we had, that nigga get no fucks. That nigga told us in court, he said, listen, you can get it back on your appeal, your friends can get it back on their appeal, but all of you guys are going upstate, okay? I said, oh, I jumped out of my seat. I felt that belt the ass. Yeah.
Well, Queno, who had a 15-year plea deal, rejects it, goes to trial, loses, and gets sentenced to 117 years minimum for 23 counts, including attempted murder.
No, it wasn't 117. It's 30 to 40. It was 30 to 40.
Where did that 117 come from? You heard that before.
Yeah, there's Google. The internet is unbeatable.
Okay.
You can't beat these. Vlad. When I talk to girls all the time, they come and tell me that a whole bunch of. I said, what? I got a house on the moon and I got weird. What the f you talking about? And I said, people crazy.
Okay.
I'm used to it though. I'm used to it.
Well, still, 30 to 40 versus 15 is a huge difference.
Yeah. 30 to 40.
Because Queno was what, maybe in his 20s at the time?
Yeah, I came home, bro. He's working on his appeal too. I gave him like 50,000 for his appeal.
Damn.
No, he working on his. Shout out to Queno. I'm saying free Queno, free the bro.
Man, shout out to him, and shout out to Bobby for still being a good friend, throwing the 50K his way. It's an unfortunate situation, but that be the possibilities, that be the risk. You know, hopefully he can still come home somewhere around that 15 piece, about 20 or something like that. I don't know, you know what I mean? But he definitely lost that battle and made the wrong choice.
Well, originally you had 8 counts, but you pled guilty to 2 counts. 1 count of weapon possession and a related conspiracy charge. The other 6 counts, including the conspiracy for murder, those were all dropped.
Everything was dropped. They was getting dropped regardless. So they just put all those counts to hold me on the bill. So it's like anything where people don't know. A lot of people be speculating outside, right? I know the system. I know I've been going through the system since I was 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? I've been all the juveniles in New York. I work in the juveniles right now. You know what I'm saying? With the kids at 17. These is my big bros, little kids right now. You know what I'm saying? At 17, 15. I'm like, damn. When I was shooting up the block, y'all niggas was like this high. These motherfuckers locked up for murders now, little K-Flocks. I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Because they younger than me. You know what I mean? So, but long story short, I've been through the system, and I knew that it was from once I seen the evidence. Like, I knew it was.
Oh, yeah. And you said that the only reason you took the deal, because you felt you would have beat it in trial, was to help Rowdy and Monty avoid trial.
No, me and Monty took it to help Rowdy avoid
to help
trial.
Rowdy. Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, me and Monty took it. So Monty went to, I told him we had to. I'm like, yo, they gonna fry bro. And this is what happened. I tell young kids this is what happened when you sign up for a gang. You know what I'm saying? And young niggas, I go in there, I talk to them. I say, yo, you could be smart, you could do this, but once one bro do this, now you subject to this or off the bat. You know?
Guilty by association is a real thing. Just like birds of a feather flock together is a real thing. All of these sayings let you know. This is why certain people choose to make the independent choice. Move around freely, don't have to be held to no type of standards outside of their own. Don't have to, take one for the team. That's just how it go. When you move as a body, when the body suffer, everything suffer. And I'm happy that Bobby Shmurda is teaching that to the youth, because I feel like that is a fine detail to teach that certain people don't know. Like, I think they kind of know, but don't really know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not really, it's different. It got to be thrown in their face constantly. And also, at least if you push that on them and they still choose to make the wrong choices and end up in the streets or whatever, at least they'll know what they are really for all around the board, and they won't turn into some type of rat, snitch, or whatever. That's just one of the worstest things you could be in the streets, is a person who act like you want to be for the streets, and then you turn around and you even go bad on the streets.
Saying some niggas feel like, oh, I'm not that. No, nigga, this gang, nigga. Once we sign up, nigga, this. I don't know how niggas grow up. When we grew up, when we was on gang time, and nigga, if we sign up and you do some, nigga, we on your ass, nigga. We on your ass, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to shoot niggas in my gang before. Niggas who was snitching, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to shoot one of my friends for snitching before as a kid. You know what I'm saying? So I know.
You shot your friend for snitching?
Yeah, when we was kids.
Okay.
Me, Rowdy.
Now, Bobby Shmurda definitely got an interesting history, right? But I'm kind of curious, like, dang, should he have said that on the camera? I understand that was probably so long ago. I understand that he was definitely a kid. However, I just think sometimes it's going to always be frowned upon with law enforcement if you ever brag, or just even, you ain't got to be bragging, but just telling the truth. But just kind of like just be publicly speaking and saying that you did some type of criminal act and got away with it? Or, you know, are you sure you want to put that type of image on you? Because when you be saying these things about yourself, you can't help it but for the court or anybody else to look at you that type of way. You might not have no trouble you think you're going to get into tomorrow. I will hope that people, you know, don't. I don't want nobody in trouble, but it come with whatever. But then now you done painted this image for yourself that society, the law enforcement, just the world can judge you off of. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Do y'all feel like Bobby should have said that on here?
What about friends, movies, kids?
What happened to that friend afterwards? Did you ever get in contact with him again, or
I seen him like 2-3 years ago.
how was that conversation like?
Just, you know,
That's
keep
it.
his head pushing, keep the head pumping. Bobby Shmurda now. If I wasn't Bobby Shmurda, it'd been different. I passed through the hood, see him. Niggas still in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But nigga ain't, you know what I'm saying, outside with the bros. He on code, with them shits, code 33 and shit they be having up. Like that. I was a wild boy when I was young, Vlad.
And it's almost like didn't nothing really come from that, I guess. Like if dude's still able to free roam in the hood, like obviously not just free, but for him to still be able to be in the hood, Bobby pushing through, seeing him seeing Bobby, that's even dangerous for both parties. That's even risky. But also it just shows that a lot of people don't stand for what you stand for when you stand for what's right. What Bobby did is standing for what's right under the guidelines of what you sign up for in that type of lifestyle. However, this dude is still able to be in the hood because not too many people want to back him up on that. Factual.
13 members of GS9 pled guilty to 101 charges, including narcotic sales, murder, assault, and weapons possession. Now, 2 of the people actually got some serious time. Well, along with the man who we just talked about.
Yeah. Those are 3 guys that's still inside A-Rod, Rasha, and Quino.
Right.
Blue trial.
Rasha, blue trial.
And A-Rod, yeah, 98 to life.
98 to life for Rasha. And
53.
A-Rod,
53 to life.
53 to life.
Me.
You know, when you dealing with that system, one thing that you got to identify with is how bad they want you to be in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like what Bobby said. The judge told all of them in the courtroom, you know, y'all can do what y'all do with an appeal, but y'all all going upstate. When you can read that whatever's going on in society at this time in life, that they definitely need these wins, they definitely ain't finna let you just walk away free, you just got to take what they throwing you. Because 8 out of 10, that's going to be the best thing they trying to give you. Even if you feel like you might not be guilty, you might not feel like the evidence is strong, but you just got to keep that in mind. Like if you reading the room and reading the people that's involved and you seeing that they definitely seriously trying to nail you and they offering you something, you got to probably take that, man, or risk it. A real risk, you know? Because it's one thing when they kind of playing a little bit more on the fair side. And then it's another thing when they fully got an objective and they already got their mind made up. It don't matter how it go. These dudes is going to do some type of time and they going to take something. We going to get these convictions. But I just look at it like a sad situation because these handful of individuals are still in there going through all that. While other individuals came from up under their deals and they out here back living, so to speak, having another opportunity at the free world.
A-Rod used to get expelled suspended in first grade together.
Well,
and shout out to GS9 though, man. Like, you know, these dudes was one of the first legends in my book of like this current day of like the late 2000s of, yeah, like they stood tall. They made a good representation on how you should operate when you sign up for the streets. Them dudes is like legends in my book. Shout out to them.
Shane Cockett, a.k.a. Mitch, had one of the most famous lines in your song. Mitch caught a body about a week ago. And he actually got charged with murder.
No, he didn't get charged with murder.
Well, he got 17 charges, 2 counts of second-degree attempted murder, and a whole bunch of assaults and so forth. You're right.
Right.
What ultimately happened with him?
He locked up right now. I think he locked up. He doing 10 right now. He came home. He caught 5. Came home. Got locked up for attempted murder again.
All these guys who are named in the song, we went through all these names.
He upstate right now, but you know what I'm saying.
How do they feel? Do they feel at the end of the day that being in that song made them a target?
No.
Do they feel some type of way about it? No.
If anything, this song helped them leverage benefits. Helped them leverage benefits from what they normally would have been doing. So the song benefited everybody.
Especially it benefited people because where we come from ain't nothing going on but drug dealing and murder and shooting. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's so sad because, you know, when you get out the hood and where I be in these new areas and people see how excited and happy I was, and I always been like this sisterhood, but it's how I was immune to it. Like, I could see, nigga, I told you, we used to walk over murder smiling. We used to walk over by their body smiling, laughing, like, oh, them niggas wild with that nigga, ah. So it was different how we grew up, you know what I'm saying? We come from Brooklyn, so, and when you go outside the hood and become Bobby Shmurda, or become anybody you become, and you be starting getting around different crowds, you can see certain that we was not regular. It's not normal, but it was normal to us.